Welcome, everybody, and good morning. Good to see so many of you out there today. My name is Tim Smith with KRGV Channel 5 News, and I'm honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for the 2019 McAllen State of the City Address. Not only do we want to welcome those of you in the room today, we also want to welcome those across the great city watching on the McAllen Cable Network, around the valley on Digital Channel 5.2, Somos El Valle, and worldwide on YouTube. We're so glad you all are here today. The city of McAllen is vibrant, productive, and a safe community. Mayor Darling will share accolades that support what those of us gathered here already recognize. That McAllen is truly a remarkable place to live, work, and play. Your presence today shows us you are vested in McAllen's continued success, and your support ensures McAllen continues to defy expectations. Thank you for your active interest in your community by attending today's event. We begin today's program with the invocation led by BT Church Senior Pastor Chris Dupree. Please stand.
Let's pray. Father, this morning we are grateful for the chance to come together. That God, by your grace, you've allowed us to be here to celebrate all that you're doing here in the great city of McAllen. God, I'm thankful for all of our elected officials, our commissioners, Mayor Darling, Father. I'm thankful for the things that we will celebrate today that you've allowed to become a reality, the progress and advancement, the things that make this city so great. And Father, as we celebrate the things that have happened this past year, we look with anticipation to what will happen this coming year. And so, God, I pray for great wisdom and favor for the leadership of the city of McAllen. Father, I pray that you would continue to allow us to set the bar for what a great city looks like. And God, above those things, I pray that you continue to allow us here in the Rio Grande Valley to experience your presence, God. I continue to pray that you would move with your grace, that God, you would call people to yourself through your Son, Jesus Christ, Father. And we pray today that you would continue to do more than we can imagine based on your presence here in our city. Father, I pray you bless and keep each person here. I pray you make your face shine upon them. I pray you extend your friendship to each of us and you give us your peace. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Dupree. Please remain standing. In just a moment, we'll have the presentation of the colors, Pledge of Allegiance, and the national anthem. And now the McAllen Police Department Honor Guard will present the colors. Leading the Pledge of Allegiance today, McAllen's Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioner Aida Ramirez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing now for the national anthem, performed today by the Cathy Middle School Anthem Singers, led by Choir Director Renee Geiger-Leonard.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through
Please be seated. Thank you. I want to thank Commissioners Ramirez, McAllen Police Honor Guard, Kathy Middle School Anthem Singers, and Choir Director Renee Geiger-Leonard, and Pastor Dupree for your participation in the opening ceremonies today. We also want to thank the amazing task of getting 1,000 people from the lobby into your seats in less than 20 minutes. Well done to whoever made that happen. At this point, I'd like to recognize a few of the folks who have made this day possible, and those are our diamond and our titanium sponsors.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, and shadows searching in the night. Streetlight people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill, paying anything to roll the dice just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues. Well, the movie never ends, and it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, and shadows searching in the night. Streetlight people living just to find emotion.
How about a big round of applause for the Hot Rods playing today? I am told that if you like their music and you drop by and see them, they can make arrangements to play your party too. So stop by and see them and get some more information about the Hot Rods. We're glad to have them here. I just checked the Channel 5 weather app on my phone and it says it's 70 degrees and sunny outside. I did my part. And now, City, could you open the retractable roof? There's no retractable roof? Oh, okay. We're going to do a selfie because I got to post this. If it didn't happen on Facebook, it didn't happen. So this is you guys over here. Everybody smile, all right? You're not smiling. You're in the back. You're not smiling. Hang on. Here we go. Okay. Wait, portrait mode. I got to look good. Hang on. I'm on TV, you know. Here we go. Y'all look great. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay. We'll post that in a little while. Don't forget to use all the hashtags you've learned about today so that everybody knows that you're here. It's almost time for the main event. Of course, we're all here for the State of the City. We're excited that you all are here today. Thank you so much to everybody for coming out. We really have a special treat for you today, though. Some say kind of the mayor's opening act. So if you will, please welcome a longtime dear friend of mine, the comedy magic of Mr. Oscar Munoz.
Yeah. Okay, some of you know how to read. That's awesome. Good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oscar Munoz, and I am a magician. And this afternoon, I like to magish for you. Be glad I'm not a wizard. It took you time, but that's okay. You see, they asked me to do a little magic for you guys, so I like to do a little magic for you, if you don't mind. It's the first trick I learned when I was a little boy. My mother used to tie me up. Oh, bring back memories, huh? Mijo, come here. Let's play Houdini. No, but she never tied me up. She just locked me in the closet. No, that wasn't my mom. Watch this. A piece of rope, a yellow piece of rope with two ends and a middle. A piece of rope with two ends and a middle. If you watch very carefully, I'll make a piece of rope with three ends and a middle. I know what you're thinking. Boy, he's bald. I'm not bald, I'm just haired impaired. You know that old saying, if you don't love it, if you set it free, if it comes back to you, it's meant to be? It's not coming back. A piece of rope with three ends in the middle. It's kind of weird. See, if you watch very carefully, I'll make a piece of rope with four ends in the middle. I know what you're thinking now. Curandero. A piece of rope with four ends in the middle. It's kind of weird. So I take these two ends and I slide them way down to there. That gives me two ends up here and two ends down here. If I snap my finger just like this, right before your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, I have to have two pieces of rope. I know what you're thinking now. Damn, he's good. Look, if I tie these two together just like this, that gives me one loop. If I tie this one here and this one there, right before your eyes, I happen to have two loops. I'll show them to one at a time so that you know there's two separate loops. So check this out. This is one and this is two. But if you watch very carefully, and if I do something like this, that makes one giant one. I know, it freaks me out too. Oh, you guys are here for a great occasion. I would like to teach you how to do this trick. If you promise you won't tell. No? Okay, good. Everybody raise your hand. Yo, sir, drop the fork and raise your hand. Say, I promise not to tell how the trick works. If you guys are going, what? If I tell, I promise to join Amway. Look at you guys, are like, what? Some of you are the millennials. What's Amway? It's sort of like a very expensive Avon. So watch. You make a knot, then you make it disappear like so. After you make it disappear, you got to make it reappear, so you reappear like this. Shh. Now here comes the hard part. Don't tell anybody I said this. Did you understand that, sir? No, I'm so sorry. I said, Watch. You find the center of the rope, which happens to be directly in the middle. I guess that's why they call it the center. I place the ends of the rope in my pocket. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot do this with your ends in your pocket. If you don't believe me, go home tonight, get a piece of rope off your bed. Get a piece of rope. And put the ends in your pocket. And without using the ends, try to do this. Try to make a knot with the ends in your pocket. It is impossible. You can't do it. Okay, you can. If you're a Boy Scouts, if you're a Cub Scouts, if you're a brownie or a cookie, you might be able to. But you cannot untie the rope with your ends in your pocket. Now here comes the really hard part. I place both ends deep down into my pocket. I say the magic words I learned in church as a small altar boy. Bingo! Oh, we got some Catholics in the audience. That's awesome. You know how to tell a Catholic that stutters? Father Angel told me that one, all right? Check this out. Watch. Watch. I have a piece of rope with no ends and 2 ends without a rope. Ladies and gentlemen, what I've been doing is an illusion. Let me explain it to you. You see, this is an illusion. I don't know if the cameras can get it. Oh, is my hair out of place? All right, good, watch. Look, this is an illusion. It looks like a piece of rope tied together, but it's not. Get it? It's. But wait, I'm a real chicken, so let me show you. This is the end of this trick, but it's also the magic. This is what I call reality. I know, it freaks me out too. You should see it from this side. Thank you very much. You guys having a good time? Great, excellent. Are you okay, sir? You're fine? Can I get you some water? A little closer? Is that good? Great. Excellent. Well, that's my magic. I'll show you in a bit the real magic.
Man, I'm really worried about the state of the city this year. With all the bad publicity, everything, it just doesn't depict McAllen like it is. I came over here to maybe give me some inspiration for what can we do? What can we do to let people know what a great place? Hey, what are you doing here?
Hey, Mayor, how you doing?
Hi.
My name is Oscar. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Oscar. What are you doing here?
Oh, looking at the theater.
What do you do?
I'm a magician. That's what I do.
A magician. Well, maybe you can help me. I'm trying to figure out, you know, we have the state of the city coming up, and we always have great entrances, but it's a message. We always want to send a message, so I'm trying to think, what?
Well, sending a message is awesome. It's like magical.
Magic, that's it. The magic of McAllen.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Could you do something?
I think I can.
How about maybe exploding me out of a cannonball or something? I'd be a human cannonball.
That would be a miracle, not a magic trick.
Well, we'll work on that, but you know, Quinta Matzalan's the magic of McAllen too. Let's go there.
I can transport you there.
Okay.
Just click your heels.
Click my heels.
Yeah, with the red shoes.
Red shoes.
Hold on. I think I can, hold on. Here you go. This might help a little bit, Mayor. Those red shoes.
Wow.
And this cape, Mayor. All you have to do is click your heels.
How we get here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor.
I did this last year, Oscar.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you better calibrate that wand.
You're right. I should calibrate the wand.
Okay, well.
Let's go.
Get it out. Let's go.
All right.
Whoa.
Mayor, Mayor.
Hey, Oscar, how did I get here? Are you still using that free tariff wand from China you got?
Ooh.
Come on, you can tell me your magic secrets, I know.
Oh, no, magicians don't share secrets, Mayor. No, no, no.
Well, you know, in McAllen, we do share our secrets. We want the whole world to know about McAllen. We want them to see Quinta Mazatlan, our great world birding center.
Wow. I can even hear the chicharrones.
Chicharron.
Oh, is that the chacalacas?
Yeah, that's what you want for lunch, chicharrones, I know. Oscar, it is so beautiful out here. It's like inspirational.
It's awesome. I can see all these birds, and it's so magical. You're right. This is a magical place.
Speaking of magic,
You know what? I brought this little bag, and I want you to understand this bag is empty, totally empty, nothing inside. Would you put your hand in there, make sure there's nothing inside?
Nothing inside.
Let's go from the bottom.
nothing
Yeah,
there.
let's show there's nothing inside, totally, utterly empty. Look, if I zip it up, just like so, show you that there's nothing, absolutely nothing inside this bag. But the cool thing is you zip it open, say the magic words, magic of McAllen, and look.
Oh, there you have it, folks. The magic of McAllen right here at Quinta Mazatlan. Oscar, that was great magic. Can you take me to another magical place in McAllen?
Sure, Mayor, let's go. Wow. Whoa.
Wow, Oscar, I know McAllen's a monarch center of the world for those great butterflies, but this is not what I was talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted something really cool.
Okay, I know you can do better. Ready?
I can. Just click your heels. Let's do this. Go. Whoa. I don't think.
No, Oscar, this is not what I was thinking of. I thought you were a psychic.
I'm sorry, Mayor. Let's get you back to the right place.
Well, the snow's nice, but we make it snow in McAllen all the time. It's magic.
It sure is. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. Whoa. Oh, we're back where we started.
How did we get here?
Magic. Hey, Mayor, don't you have the State of the City address?
State of the city, yeah. I gotta get over to the convention center.
How do we get you there?
I don't know. You're the abracadabra guy. Let's go.
Hey, Mayor, I got an idea. But something might go wrong, so I asked some very special people to come and help us out, just in case something goes wrong.
Well, let's do some magic.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Hey, boys, bring them out.
Wait a minute, the firefighter. You're not gonna set me on fire, are you?
No, I won't set you on fire.
Okay.
But something might go wrong, so do you mind?
No.
This is where
No.
to transport you. Here, we'll do this. Don't worry, Mayor, we got the firefighters here. Step inside the box.
Okay, looks perfectly safe to me.
Yeah, it's safe. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Oh, nice and cozy.
Yeah, there you go. Don't worry, Mayor. We'll get you there in a heartbeat. Or the lack of one.
It's been nice knowing you.
Say bye, Mayor.
Bye. It's been fun being mayor.
Okay, you ready, Mayor? Here goes the first blade. Hey, Mayor, are you okay? Hey, don't worry. You hear me, Mayor?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna put the third blade in. Don't worry. All you want, if you feel it, just take a deep breath, and then you will feel nothing.
There was a guy on Twitter said he wanted to do that to me too.
Oh, yeah, I wonder who it was.
I don't know.
Here you go, Mayor.
It wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay,
Don't worry. You're not
okay.
gonna feel much. Just take a deep breath. Don't worry, Mayor. It's gonna take a minute. We're gonna transport you over there. You're in fine hands. All right, guys. You need to take the first box off. Go ahead.
Boy, be careful, that's my head.
Yeah, don't worry. Where'd that one go? Where was that? I don't remember. Well, just put that one there. Put that one over there, and we'll put that one there. Correct? Let's move it that a little bit more that way, guys. Okay, we got the head, the body, and oh, I forgot his legs. Let me go get him. Hold on. I forgot the legs. I got the legs. Let's see. Here you go. Put them right there. All right, guys, let's stack it. I think that's his, yeah, okay. Make sure that's there. Get the other one. Good. Stick around just in case, guys, all right? Get the other one on top. There you go. Good. Let me take these blades out. One there. One here. And we should have it all correct. We got the mayor of McAllen. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Don't worry. Oh. Never been that close to that. Well, hold on. We got.
Oscar, I ain't got no body.
Oh,
I ain't got no body.
no, don't worry, I got it, Mayor. Don't worry, I can fix it. Yeah. Oh, I know. I need you guys' help. I need you guys to see out the magic of McAllen. Ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. No, you gotta do it louder. You gotta do it louder. We gotta put the mayor back together again because it's not my fault. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's right. We all have the magic of McAllen. Hopefully we got them all together. Here you go. Here. There, Mayor. We gotta put him back. Are they yelling out? I think we got it. Hold on. There. These are all for you. Jack!
It appears I appeared too soon. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm kind of out of breath right now. But you know, over the years, I hope everybody enjoyed it. By the way, thank to Oscar and the fire department guys. We had a lot of fun doing that. And I know it's kind of exciting. I'm so glad I only have 6 more of these to do. You know, our entrances, you know, for one, I think first year I rode a bike in, the second year we ran in, the third year I think we marched in, the fourth year we danced in, and last year we rappelled from the ceiling. But you know, I thought it's getting to be too crazy, so this year we decided to tap it down a little bit and not get so exciting. Hopefully you appreciate that. You know, I also go to a lot of State of the Cities of other cities around us, and it's gotten kind of be a brag fest. You know, everybody brags and boasts about their cities and everything. So I got together with the crew and I said, you know, we're going to tone it down in McAllen a little bit this year. We're not going to do so much of it. So then I said, well, why don't we call it just the magic of McAllen? And that'd be fine. And we did. And but every year the entrance has a meaning. And this year I thought, you know, last year we said we're a safe city, and so we came in with the fire department and police department. And this year the rhetoric still continued. We had problems, you know, every time I got on the phone and had to talk to somebody about coming down to the city because it's safe and all those things. But one thing I noticed, when any time a visitor came here for the first time, they always said one thing. They'd always say, I'm surprised. And I said, Literally, they say that. And I say, why are you surprised? And they say, it's a pretty neat place. You know, it's really kind of, it's got some special things to it. So I thought, well, why don't we advertise that? Why don't we advertise to the rest of the country that we're a magical place. It's called the Magic Valley, and that's what we are. And so that's why we did the entrance that we did today. Besides, it was a lot of fun. And one thing I can't forget is I want to recognize my wife of 31 magical years, Sandra. You know, she never knows what the entrance will be because she has veto power over it, so I never tell her what it's going to be. She just has two things: make it safe and don't embarrass me. And so, well, 0 for 2 is not too bad, I guess. I'll hear about this one later. So anyways, babe, love you. And one other thing, I'm keeping the cape. So let's get on with the magic of McAllen. Thank you. Quinta McAllen is one of the most talked about natural treasures in South Texas. 4 new acres have been reforested and titled Ebony Grove. Over 1,000 native plants were added to expand our urban sanctuary, further helping the 10,000 students who annually receive science-driven curriculum in McAllen's hidden treasure. The famous movie quote, "If you build it, they will come," holds true at Quinta McAllen. With black-bellied whistling ducks, migratory bird varieties, school children and families flocking to the Ebony Grove addition. I'm right here in front of Studio F, where the magic happens for the McAllen Holiday Parade, presented by HEB. Twice voted the best in the world, twice voted the best in Texas, and the best event in Texas. In only 5 years, the McAllen Holiday Parade, Texas's largest illuminated holiday and helium balloon parade, has earned more than 200 industry awards, including the best parade in the world for 2 years in a row now. Talk about magical indeed. In 2018, during the most wonderful time of the year, the parade featured an amazing lineup of giant helium character balloons, Dallas Cowboys players, legends, and cheerleaders, the U.S. Air Force Honor Guard, popular TV novella stars, and the actor who voiced the character Miguel from the Oscar-winning movie Coco. The McAllen International Airport is the busiest in the valley. It generates over $250 million in economic activity. It's also the 10th busiest in the state of Texas and the only international airport in the valley. McAllen International Airport connects the RGV to domestic hubs and international markets. It is currently served by Allegiant Air, American Airlines, United Airlines, and Aeromar, providing travelers with nonstop service to destinations including Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, and Las Vegas, and seasonally to Los Angeles and Orlando. It is the only local international airport with nonstop service to Mexico City with connections to other Mexican cities via Aeromar Airlines. And it was the only airport in the region selected to receive Air Force One and Air Force Two in the past year. The Vice President's arrival in February 2018, followed by the First Lady in June, and the President's arrival last month. Look at the shine on those sneakers.
Good morning, City of McAllen. My name is John Michael Macias, a senior at Achieve Early College High School and a second-year member of McAllen Mayor's Youth Advisory Council.
And I'm Sydney Ramon, a senior at McAllen Memorial High School and also a second-year member of the McAllen Mayor's Youth Advisory Council.
This council was revived in 2017 at the request of Mayor Jim Darling, giving youth like us the opportunity to see the inner workings of the city, the passion and professionalism of City of McAllen officials and employees, and granting us a greater appreciation for people like you, McAllen's business, education, and community leaders who dedicate your lives to making our city better. This is especially true of Mayor Darling, who sets example for us all. Before entering politics, Mayor Darling served our beloved country in the United States Air Force, serving 2 tours in Vietnam. Mayor Darling also earned a BA in psychology from Baylor University and later a law degree from Baylor Law School. Although Waco, Texas is a far drive from McAllen, Mayor Darling accepted a job offer in 1978 to come to the Rio Grande Valley. His first job in McAllen's local politics was the position of Assistant City Attorney. From there on, his influence in McAllen would continue to grow.
From being city attorney to a McAllen city commissioner and now mayor of McAllen, the ways that Mayor Darling has led within our community and the way that he represents our city to the rest of the world is driven not only by his energy, but by his love for McAllen and his dedication to always doing the right thing. Thanks to Mayor Darling, we, as members of the McAllen Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, are excited to learn more about McAllen and have truly developed a passion for public service. This is what Mayor Darling has done for us, and what he continues to do for people all across McAllen through his contagious spirit and his love for his community. Thanks to Mayor Darling and his example, as well as all of you here today, we have one of the best communities in the entire Rio Grande Valley. And yes. And certainly the best State of the City event anywhere. Now, please join me in welcoming our mayor, the Honorable Jim Darling.
I've gotten taller, so I'm moving the box out of the way here. Thank you, John and Sydney, for that great introduction. And thanks for the staff out there that does all the great work on it, the MCN crew and Kevin Pagan and all the things that they do to help put this production on. It really takes a team to do this. And thanks again for the McAllen Fire Department for delivering me in one piece almost. And thank to all our wonderful sponsors. Great corporate citizens make a great city. And thank you for being here. Thanks to you, this event was sold out, and 100% of the proceeds, net proceeds, will go to local charities. I want to thank everyone at the Convention Center for welcoming us and hosting us, and thank all the city departments that helped with this great event. And I want to thank all the local, state, and federal officials here today. I'd like to thank those guys, those people, men and women, for their leadership, for what they do to make our valley a great place to live. You know, I don't know if they got introduced before, but if we could have all our elected officials please stand and be recognized, I'd appreciate that. You know who you are. Stand up, please. As your mayor, it is my privilege to be with you today and to share with you the state of the city and also the magic of McAllen. 2018 was definitely an exciting year, and we certainly had our challenges this year. We had the flood of the century, the zero tolerance and separation of family policy, public hearings, the migrant caravan and deployment of U.S. troops relating thereto, the armed robbery at the mall, but we also welcomed the First Lady, the Vice President, and in early 2009, President Trump to our city. All of these things and more focused the attention of the nation on our city. Not all of it was positive, but we weathered those storms. The city of McAllen has remained focused on our core principles and seized opportunities to make our city even better. We continue to move ahead with purpose in McAllen, and the state of the city is strong, vibrant, and hopeful. As your mayor, along with the City Commission, we remain committed to fiscally conservative, transparent, and optimistic about our future. Let me say something about the City Commission. I think we have a great team. They do their homework, and we all contribute to our meetings, and although we don't always agree, we move on in a professional and courteous manner. We continue to encourage economic development. We also remain committed to creating an environment in our city that will provide a safe and sound place to live and promotes a great quality of life for those who live, work, and play in McAllen. I have talked in previous State of the Cities about the ESTs, the best, highest, lowest, things that measure our city's progress. Here are a few from this past year. One thing they warn you about is don't be redundant, don't keep repeating things year after year. But here's an exception I'm going to have to make, something that I'm very happy to repeat year after year. That is, McAllen is one of the safest cities in the state of Texas. and in fact, one of the safest cities of our size in the United States of America. Go ahead, Chief's out there. Last year, the overall crime rate in McAllen was down by more than 7.5%, making its lowest rate in 34 years. Property crimes were down by more than 4%, and violent crime in McAllen dropped by more than 40% during 2018, with 80 fewer violent crimes, and actually zero homicides in our city during the year. By the way, this category does not include contemplated but not carried out. Robberies and aggravated assaults were at the lowest rate at any time in our city since formal crime reporting began. Our police department can't do it without the help of our citizens, however, and great groups such as the McAllen Crime Stoppers. Our thanks to Chief Victor Rodriguez and the men and women of the McAllen law enforcement. They do a great job. In fact, I think we have law enforcement people, McAllen and otherwise, all law enforcement people, Border Patrol, please stand up and be recognized. There's a sheriff over there. We got to see our police in action during the attempted robbery last year at La Plaza Mall. Think about this. You're off duty and you get a 911 call. 7 robbers storming into a jewelry store that is seconds away from where you are. What would you do, even if trained for this event? Well, I'll tell you what they do. The quick action of a McAllen police officer and an officer from the city of FAR, both off-duty officers, along with other law enforcement officers, not only stopped the robbery from taking place, but captured every single suspect. And that was done without a single shot being fired, and they did it within 3 minutes of the 911 call. These were the same hombres that did robberies in other states and in Mexico and didn't get caught by their law enforcement. So we could have turned a tragedy was turned into a non-event, except for social media. But that's kind of beyond the scope here. But social media spread the rumor of active shooter throughout the nation. In fact, I even got a call from the White House, the Intergovernmental Affairs guy, say, "Mayor, just say the word and we'll respond." And I asked him, I said, "Where are you getting your news from? Where are you getting the story from?" He said, "Social media." And that's how powerful social media is. Due to the bravery and quick action of McAllen's finest, that was the end of the story. You would get a chance to meet some of these people later. It's unfortunate that some of the rhetoric about the immigration system and border wall makes our friends up north, and you know up north is anything north of Encinos. We're the really South Texas. They think that McAllen's not safe. This is just not true, as its statistics show. I have said this before, and I'll say it here again. There is a crisis. But the crisis is not on the border. The crisis is in Washington, D.C., where being for or against the wall completely defines your political status, period. I hope our elected officials from both parties will dial back the rhetoric and focus on fixing our immigration and asylum program and agree on sound border security. So until Washington works it out, and while the federal government continues to receive asylum, seeking women, children, and family units into our city, we will continue to support groups like those helping those visitors in McAllen. This is kind of a timely portion of my speech, considering last night's City Commission meeting. Groups like Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, the Food Bank, and all the local churches and civic groups that help these folks will get our help. And, you know, regardless of what happened last night, we're committed to Catholic Charities, and if we can't have a respite center there, we'll find one, sister. You're guaranteed. Like the McAllen PD, our fire department continues to do a great job. I mentioned last year that due in large part to their work, our safety rating had improved, meaning lower insurance rates for all of us in McAllen, the lowest in the city's history. The city's commitment to great fire service continued in 2018. So let me do a little more magic and show you this. construction of fire station number 2. Oh, construction of fire station number 2 is well underway. The City of McAllen City Commission approved this much-needed public improvement project through the issuance of certificates of obligation. Now here is my favorite city commissioner from District number 5, John Ingram, to tell us more about the City of McAllen's commitment to public safety.
Thanks, Mayor. I'm here at the construction site of the soon-to-be new and improved $2 million fire station number 2, which is expected to be finished by April. It will house engine company number 2 and feature a drive-through bay as well as a reserve unit. It will be double the size of the old fire station. The facility is designed to blend in with the neighborhood and is keeping many elements of the community garden, a proud tradition for this neighborhood. The McAllen Fire Department also opened its own communications and dispatch center in July. The communications center has been instrumental in dispatching fire personnel in a timely manner. The McAllen Fire Department is also being featured on the Discovery Channel en Español in a documentary titled Héroes en Rescate. The McAllen Fire Department coordinated with the Discovery Channel in filming and reenacting some dramatic incidents where our firefighters made a difference in the lives of our residents. We are committed to public safety. The McAllen Fire Department has just received 3 new engines. Each comes with a 1,500 gallons per minute pump and a 500-gallon water tank. The cost for these units is $650,000 each and is part of the commitment of this City Commission to invest in our community's safety and security.
Thanks, Commissioner Ingram. And we paid for those fire trucks out of our fund for the depreciation fund without any further taxpayer obligations. By the way, we had a lot of fun filming that in front of the work crews out at station number 2. They kept saying, "Who's the pixie with the cape out in front?" Despite a great public safety program, and even though the city is constantly preparing for emergencies and disasters, Mother Nature reminded us that she can still pack a punch. McAllen experienced an almost unprecedented rainfall event. The engineers called it the 250-year storm, leaving parts of our city flooded. Thanks to the efforts of multiple city departments and a lot of volunteers, this difficult situation was managed as best it was possible under the circumstances. The city immediately began working with our state and federal partners to help our residents and businesses recover and rebuild. Most importantly, if you see the pictures, this is really amazing. Due to the quick action of everyone that responded, this event did not result in a single death or a major injury. Unfortunately, we still have families in McAllen whose lives are disrupted by this terrible event, and we'll continue to provide whatever support we can. And with each event like this, the City of McAllen took note of the lessons learned, and we've already begun modifying drainage infrastructure and reprioritizing some of the drainage projects our McAllen voters approved in a bond issue just a few months prior to the storm. Despite these challenges, the magic of McAllen remains as evidenced by the accolades we continue to receive. Here are a few examples. McAllen was ranked number 2 in the least expensive urban areas to live by the Council for Community and Economic Research. McAllen was ranked in the top 50 small cities by the influential website bestcities.org. We are ranked one of the 25 most popular cities to relocate and ranked number 6 among the best cities to retire by DaveRamsey.com. Magnify Money ranked McAllen in the top 10, this is my specialty, boomtown category. Kiplinger ranked McAllen as one of the most affordable places to live in the country. U.S. News and World Report ranked McAllen in the top 125 best places to live in the United States. And if you happen to be in this next category, you'll be happy to know that McAllen was ranked as the best place to survive at $1 million for 30 years. I didn't know what that was, pretty good, but I guess so. And here's one I'm really proud of. McAllen ranked as the number 26 happiest city in America. Now, doesn't that make you happy? And by the way, I did some research, and I found out that the 25 cities that were ahead of us on the happy list are all in states where marijuana has been legalized. Just saying, I'm not making any recommendations. In addition to rankings, McAllen continues to receive awards for his magic. The McAllen Monitor newspaper 2018 Reader's Choice for Favorite City for the third year in a row was McAllen. 2018 It's Time Texas Community Challenge winner in the large cities category was McAllen. We scored more points than the whole state of any city in the state of Texas for healthy choices. And by the way, I want to shout out to McAllen Independent School District for being our partner. We couldn't have done that without them. In our parade, you know, who had the vision of that parade 6 years ago when we decided to have an event like that? And this McAllen Holiday Parade won multiple awards as one of the best parades in the nation and the world. Quinta Mazatlan won the prestigious IFEA award for that great facility. I have no idea what IFEA means, but we'll take it. The Oval Park just outside the convention center here, right out there, was designated as a great space by the state chapter of Great Places in Texas program. Our finance department won the GFOA award for distinguished budget presentation again this year. I think it's like 25 years now, but you know, even accountants need a little shout out once in a while. All this and more thanks to our great city staff, our volunteers, and our citizens. Speaking of getting fit in It's Time Texas, here's a little bit more about our great city.
McAllen welcomes everyone with open arms. Here's my favorite city commissioner from District 6, Veronica Whitaker, to tell us more about our southern hospitality.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to thank all of you for being here today. And to those of you who are not from here, welcome to McAllen.
The magic of McAllen is found throughout our city, beginning with our wonderful residents. The magic extends into the countless shops, unique restaurants, thriving businesses, safe neighborhoods, and a superior quality of life that engages our residents and close-knit surrounding communities. The magic continues as McAllen welcomes over 18 million visitors each year from throughout the United States, Mexico, and of course, all our friends from the north. Each of them take advantage of the magic McAllen offers, including excellent educational opportunities, top-notch entertainment and events, strategic business connections, sound investment projects, and over 50 state and national conventions hosted here in McAllen that have contributed to an economic impact of over $10 million to our economy. In fact, thanks to the retail sales tax that local, state, and international shoppers infuse into our economy, McAllen residents pay some of the lowest ad valorem property taxes in the Rio Grande Valley. As city leaders with a vision for the future, we strive to provide our residents with the best opportunities for their future. What else would you expect from the safest city in Texas?
Thank you, Commissioner Whitaker. Some of the most magical moments you can spend are those with a family, getting together and going to the many youth sports event every weekend in our city, running up and hike and bike trail or biking up there, going for casual strolls through the Oval Park, going to Broadway plays like at Les Mis at the Convention Performing Arts Center, or going to IMAS and the many, many great exhibits they are there, or going to our library, which I don't call it a library. It's really our community activity center because there's always something great to do there. You can do all that right in McAllen. Soon we'll open the new motorcycle park just south of the airport. We're adding new parks, improving existing parks, and making upgrades at our Palm View Golf Course. And these are just a few of the many leisure time locations in our city. Let's take a look at some more.
The McAllen Youth Baseball Complex is a diamond in North McAllen. Here is my favorite city commissioner from District Number 2, Joaquin Zamora, to tell us about the Field of Dreams.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's play ball. Since its grand opening, the McAllen Youth Baseball Complex has welcomed more than 100,000 visitors, players, and fans. Built with funds from the 2013 Sports Fund Bond and supported by a Texas Parks and Wildlife grant of $400,000, the complex features 11 baseball fields with development in the works to add an ADA-compliant standard Miracle Field. The grand opening for the baseball complex took place in July 2018, when several city officials joined by Little League teams from the Boys and Girls Club of McAllen together threw out the first pitch. In November, the City of McAllen, in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of McAllen and the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, hosted the inaugural McAllen International Friendship Youth Baseball Tournament, and the Visitors Bureau reported an economic impact of $210,000. In addition to the 11 baseball fields featured here at the complex, there is also a walking trail around the complex utilized by nearby residents and visitors. In fact, the Mayor's Wellness Council hosted its Victory Walk and It's Time Texas Challenge kickoff lap as the first event of this year's It's Time Texas Challenge. Exercise and healthy living are an important focus for the City of McAllen, and this facility, along with the 88 parks and 34 miles of hike and bike trails in our community, are our efforts to help our residents live well.
Thanks, JJ. He wanted to go up on the monument sign with me, but Elizabeth wouldn't let him do it. I want to shout out to other groups in McAllen that add so much to our lives, like the McAllen Boys and Girls Club, the McAllen Youth Baseball and Soccer Associations, and of course the local school districts who provide opportunities for all type of great events for boys and girls, including partner with the city for after-school programs. There's always something to do. No one can provide a great quality of life without a solid economic foundation. McAllen continues to be the retail center of the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. As you can see from this chart, the sales tax generated in McAllen is impressive. We are thankful to all of our local emergents for the great job they do. Over the past few years, all cities in the county have improved significantly. We are particularly proud that in McAllen, we remain at the top of the state in per capita sales. During the calendar year 2018, McAllen saw tax revenue increase by almost 9.5%, with each and every month of the year representing an increase from the previous year. And the trend seems to be continuing. As good as 2018 was, the first 2 months of 2019, we are more than 11% higher over the same months last year. Our sales tax budget estimate for this year is over $65 million, with over $50 million going to the general fund. You have to compare that to our property tax collection, was $40 million. The blessing of being a great sales tax city is not only that it provides for much needed projects, but it also keeps our property taxes low. So for all of you that pay property tax in McAllen, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay. This is good news for you, double good news. Just know that every single dollar of sales tax revenue automatically lowers your tax bill. If you don't believe me, just pull it out. And by the way, they're delinquent now too. See for yourself, the property tax rate you actually pay in McAllen is 34 cents on 100, not the 47-cent tax rate because of sales tax. And by the way, the 47-cent sales tax is one of the lowest in the state, even without sales tax reduction. By the way, our police and fire department budget exceeds over 100% of our property tax collections, and we think that's money well spent. I hope both our state and county elected officials will keep all this in mind. For every $1 in sales tax that the city receives, the state receives about $2.50. That means during 2018 alone, McAllen shoppers sent more than $200 million to the state coffers. You're welcome, Governor. In 5 years, that's about $1 billion that goes to the state from McAllen retailers. I hope our legislative friends in Austin will keep that in mind and just maybe treat cities a little better than they have in the past few years. Cities don't ask for much from the state. Cities don't ask for much from state government, but we would be grateful if they stop putting unfunded mandates on us and recognize that local decisions should be made at home. Thank you. In the 2017 session, the state legislature eliminated involuntary annexation in 8 counties in the state based on county population being over 500,000. Hidalgo County was one of them. So now McAllen is restricted from annexation, but Brownsville, Corpus Christi, and Laredo, sometimes our competitors, among other large cities, can continue to grow and annex. Developers who don't want to play by the rules, such as zoning, building codes, and improved development standards, can avoid city annexation. The prosperity that allowed cities to grow for the benefit of existing and potential new citizens is gone for Hidalgo County. Cities, and that's based solely on an arbitrary population number. We have proposed legislation to change that, and I've been advised not to say anything more to avoid making the legislators mad. At any rate, for those that don't know our city limits, I thought I might let you know where we are. Okay, everybody from McAllen, raise your hands if you think you know where our city limits are. Raise your hands. Okay, I just got a few, okay. Well, for one thing, we're 65 square miles of territory. The east side of McAllen is bounded by Jackson Road. I don't know which way is east, but I'm going to go that way, Jackson Road. The south side by Dicker Road. Think of State Farm Arena, right? The west side by Conway. Think Mission. And on the north side by Highway 490, which is, if you're going out of the valley, that's where the Edinburgh Airport is. Just to put that in perspective, McAllen, it is about 23 miles from Dicker Road on the south side to 490 on the north side. Now, how many knew that one? Oh, the city commission's the only one. They get the award. You know, the reason we did that, we anticipated the state was going to attack annexations, and so we had an active program not to stop people, tax people that had empty property and farmland and all that. We did it to control development in our area for the betterment of the city. At the county level, although our property tax remains very low, the property owners of McAllen pay approximately 28% of the county's budgeted tax revenue, while we only make up 16% of the county population. So Judge Cortez, if you're out there, and county commissioners, if you'd like to send us back that 12%, we'll take it. If not, we understand, and the citizens of McAllen enjoy helping the county government. We think they do a great job, but just to continue to please keep us in mind when you do new projects. Well, let's get back to the ESTs, like the rest of the valley. Like the rest of the valley, McAllen certainly continues to grow and prosper. In fact, the Chamber of Commerce McAllen Area Index, Economic Index, hit the highest mark in November 2018, surpassing the previous mark set in 2016. So this last November, we had higher economic activity than since they've been keeping track of that by the Chamber. The food business is especially great in McAllen. We have more than 1,389 retail food establishments in our city. I would venture to say that's probably one of the highest per capita in the state. That's why we're all so fit, aren't we? We have 2 amazing food truck courts with 77 trucks. We definitely have some of the best restaurants anywhere in Texas. Just ask all of our out-of-town visitors. From tamales to teriyaki, from Italian to Indian, from steaks to sushi, and from wings to Wiener Schnitzel, you get the picture. It's all delicious. And of course, we have the best tacos in the whole country. Well, let me see if my magic sneakers can get me over to a couple of more great McAllen leaders. Here's my favorite city commissioner from District Number 3, Omar Quintanilla, to tell us about the great growth and prosperity in the west side of McAllen, as I call it, the West Side Story.
Thanks, Mayor. We're really excited about the continued expansion taking place right here at Palms Crossing.
Just steps away from the McAllen Convention Center, an oval park, our McAllen Performing Arts Center, and also the McAllen Veterans War Memorial. Here and in countless shopping locations throughout McAllen, investments in new restaurants, shops, and hotels, as well as our unique entertainment facilities, continue to be a preferred draw for residents and visitors alike, as noted in almost 822,000 hotel rooms sold in 2018. Additionally, District 3 and many other parts of McAllen have experienced impressive growth as we improve transportation and mobility thanks to the ongoing work on McAllen streets. Upgrades to the traffic management system as part of our 2018 voter-approved bond election package have begun and will keep our residents moving safely and efficiently throughout McAllen. And it's not just city streets that we're working on. Drainage improvement projects related to the FEMA Hazardous Mitigation Grant, capital improvement projects, and of course the $21 million investment approved by the McAllen voters in the 2018 bond election are already at work to help prevent flooding in our neighborhoods and homes.
McAllen is known for its great shopping and restaurants. The new additions to La Plaza Mall make it even more magical for shopping and dining. Here is my favorite city commissioner, who is sadly retiring, Ida Ramirez, to tell you more about it.
Thank you, Mayor. La Plaza is a premier shopping destination in the Rio Grande Valley, featuring over 1.3 million square feet of upscale and mainstream retail space with over 180 specialty retailers. La Plaza has many flagship stores and restaurants. La Plaza recently completed an expansion which added 245,000 square feet of retail space that now house 40 specialty retailers, 5 first-to-the-market restaurants, 4 junior anchors, and 2 parking decks. La Plaza is anchored by Dillard's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Macy's Home Store. In November, we welcome international sensation Buddy V. His world-renowned Carlo's Bakery and Buddy V's Italian restaurant are now open here in McAllen at La Plaza. To make shopping easy, fun, and accessible, La Plaza has more than 6,100 parking spaces and 2 valet stations. McAllen is truly a magical place.
Thank you, Commissioner Omar. I'd like to take a few moments on a special topic. For almost 20 years, the citizens of District 4 have been ably represented by Commissioner Ida Ramirez. As you may have heard from the video, Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez recently announced her intention to not seek re-election. Commissioner Ramirez was the first Hispanic female elected to the McAllen City Commission and one of the first of 2 Hispanic females to serve as Mayor Pro Tem. They were both appointed at the same time, as I recall. So Commissioner Ida, let me say 2 things. First, you've been a powerful and effective voice for the citizens of your district, and second, you'll be sorely missed. But back to business. From the videos you just watched, you can see McAllen is doing well on the fiscal side. We believe once the construction is completed on I-2 Bicentennial Crossing near the mall, and it will be done any year now, the numbers will be even better. It's certainly not just the mall that's continuing to local sales numbers. The great merchants downtown. We have more than 250 operating stores downtown. How many cities can say that in the United States? Plus other major shopping areas in North McAllen, like 10th Street. I call it our own Westheimer. That has nearly 6 solid miles of retail and restaurants. They are a huge part of our success. The city is now providing assistance to some of the areas on 10th and 23rd Street to help them develop better curb appeal with eco-friendly modifications, and we have expanded that program for the other needed improvements to those businesses. They're doing great work in providing fuel for the engine of our economy. We appreciate all of our merchants. I want to give a special shout out, however, to our locally owned businesses, the so-called mom and pop stores and restaurants that make our city unique and magical. All the businesses, however, support our local charities with a generosity that is unmatched anywhere else. Our beautiful and modern international airport, the only truly international airport in the Valley, I might say, continues to grow and is the busiest commercial and general aviation airport in the Valley, capturing some 46% of the total operations in the region, including the most commercial passengers. One of our great airline partners, Aeromar, just celebrated its 5th anniversary and is actually expanding service to several new tourist destinations in Mexico. And by the way, we heard your complaints about the baggage situation, and we just completed major upgrades to the baggage systems, so we're reducing that wait to a reasonable amount, clearly under 1 hour. Also, despite the negative rhetoric from outside the area, bridge crossings remain strong at both the Hidalgo and Ansel Duas crossings. We are ready to implement full commercial traffic at the Ansel Duas crossing. This will greatly help those businesses that occupy some of the 7 million square feet of logistics space in the trade zone area on Military Highway, and also the maquila manufacturers on the west side of Reynosa. We enjoy a great relationship with our partners with the cities of Hidalgo, Mission, and Granjeno in these vital projects. Employment remains strong as well. Every single month in 2018 saw consistently low unemployment rates, all below 50%, as we led all Hidalgo cities in better unemployment rates. In November 2018, we actually dipped to 4.1%, the lowest unemployment rate on record for our city of McAllen. These strong numbers are evidence of a continued strong and growing economy. Growth means building, and building is certainly going on in McAllen. I reported last year a banner year for construction in our city, and the trend has continued. In 2018, McAllen had nearly $240 million worth of new construction, including $82 million in residential construction, a sure sign that folks are moving to McAllen. All this means a healthy fiscal position for our city government. At the end of last fiscal year, the city reported a surplus of revenue over expenses of more than $6 million, which raised our general fund balance to over $45 million. It does not mean a tax decrease, however. We have plans for that money. Just as important, your city budget includes funded depreciation, which is not reflected in the fund balance. We purchased over 120 vehicles, including those $600,000 fire trucks, and made needed building repairs in 2018 and paid for them with funded depreciation monies. You can rest assured that your elected officials continue to be committed to a conservative fiscal policy while looking for opportunities to upgrade infrastructure, provide new and improved quality of life venues, and provide the first-class services that you have come to expect. Our partners at McAllen Public Utility have been busy as well, with their focus exclusively on providing excellent infrastructure on water and wastewater, and now moving into the growing area of water reuse. The MPU and its great board of trustees continues to set the standard for utilities, not just in the region, but around the state. Here to tell us about the activities at the McAllen Public Utility is my friend and colleague, Board Chairman Albert Cardenas.
Thank you, Mayor. In 2018, your McAllen Public Utility continued to invest in your future by completing the McAllen South Wastewater Treatment Plant. MPU's investment of $56 million ensures that South Wastewater Plant will have the capacity to serve residents, businesses, and visitors for the next 20 years. We also extended a 16-inch sanitary sewer line from 2nd Street East to Cave Center along Violent Avenue, bringing sanitary sewer service to Northeast McAllen, an area ripe for development. MPU is also busy replacing infrastructure where possible, like abandoning the 90-year-old 16th Street and Beach Avenue sanitary sewer lift station and switching to a newly constructed one that serves a larger area much more efficiently. MPU has taken a water reuse to the next level by providing the new McAllen Youth Baseball Complex and Tres Lagos subdivision with high-quality Type 1 recycled water. This recycled water will be used for residential, commercial, and industrial irrigation system needs for new subdivisions and parks that continue to develop in the area. MPU also qualified for a green grant for this project, saving over $1.2 million. Through our favorable AA+ bond rating, MPU was able to secure funding for additional projects. MPU just secured an additional 4,000 acre-feet of surface water rights from Hidalgo County Irrigation District Number 4, bringing our total water supply of water rights to over 12 billion gallons per year. This spring, we began expanding the capacity of our South Water Treatment Plant, bringing the total South plant capacity to 49 million gallons per day. I want to thank board members and our staff for their commitment to excellence in providing outstanding customer service, the best in infrastructure and delivery of service, and the best tasting water at one of the lowest water and sewer rates in the state of Texas.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. And as you know, we have the only elected utility board in the state of Texas. So if your toilet doesn't flush, don't call the mayor and city commission. They're right over there. But you know, the MPU and their staff do a great job managing our precious resource of water. Your commitment to anticipate and meet the growth and needs of our city and keep our water utility system in peak condition is much appreciated. And our PUB continues to do that with some of the lowest rates in the state of Texas. On the city side, we also continue to invest in infrastructure to promote growth. One such priority is improving traffic flow by building new streets, adding right-hand turn lanes at intersections, and re-engineering the signals at existing high-traffic locations. Using bond funds that our voters voted in, and also general fund money, we are hard at work just doing that. Soon you will be able to travel more easily from north to south on the extended 29th Street and Bicentennial Boulevard, both of which will now go all the way to Highway 107. And we're improving Ware and Taylor roads, also going northbound. We'll also begin to focus now on major east-west corridors to improve traffic flow, and all areas will have new state-of-the-art signals that can be adjusted to wait times at intersections. You know, we all could help by when you're sitting at an intersection, do not look at your cell phone. Wait for that text. It's not important unless it is. That's one joke I was going to say, and I pass it up. I do have a filter. I have a filter, City Commission. All the investments in our city, from infrastructure and public buildings to shopping centers and security, are done with the idea of making McAllen a magical place to live, work, and play. Our city does, of course, continue to face challenges. One way to overcome these challenges is by working together as partners here in the Valley. One example of a great possibility for us is a partnership with the MPO merger. The MPO is a metropolitan planning organization that handles all the monies that come from the state. Local elected leaders, along with TxDOT and state leaders, are working to merge the 3 MPOs we have in our 2 counties, Cameron and Ottawa County, into one. Well, why would you do that? Why would we agree to something with Cameron County? Because this new regional MPO would have over 1.3 million people and give us access to funding that only 5 other large MPOs in the state have. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars that get distributed each year to those 5 MPOs. I know we can do it. We came together as a region for the new UTRGV, and look at the dividends that paid. It will take some compromise, but in the end, everyone benefits, especially our traveling public. Earlier, I mentioned the strong employment numbers in McAllen. An educated workforce is critical to keeping those numbers in positive territory. Right now, we have very low employment for the first time, meaning lots of folks are working. But what we need now is a focus on better, higher-paying jobs, like jobs in the booming technology sector. Our partners at the McAllen Economic Development Corporation, MEDC, have done a great job over the years recruiting industry to our area. However, this past year, we have started to refocus on new sectors like high technology jobs, biomedical research, and other 21st century jobs. We need to be a leader in this area. Last week's RGV Day in Austin is an example of what we can do together as a valley. We must re-examine our economic efforts when we are pitting one valley city against another, and realize we as a region are competing against different regions in Texas and the U.S. Our mutual success depends on working together, not against one another. Of course, to create the workforce for these new jobs, education and training are key. These are not the primary responsibility of a city government, but our economic development efforts must include incentives and assistance to our educational partners as they prepare our citizens to join the workforce of the future. Due to the growth over the years, McAllen citizens may actually live in one of 7 public school districts, including Sharyland, Edinburgh, and Idea, that actually have school facilities in McAllen. However, our primary public school partner, both in numbers and geography, is the McAllen Independent School District. I know many of the MISD board members are here, and there's also other school members here, and I want to thank you for your service. Our public schools are educating our future leaders, and at the city, we want to be a part of that process. A few years back, I reinstated the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. There are definitely some future mayors there, but I hope they wait a few years to run. Please join me as we hear about the MISD and the MYAC.
All of these are beautiful dreams, and there's no doubt you're going to accomplish these dreams.
McAllen ISD provides students with experiences that generate real understanding for the value of leadership and community.
It's an exciting day for me. I hope it's exciting for you, so we're going to have a great time.
I'm coming back to McAllen. McAllen is my home. It's a place that I want to stay in. It's a place that I want to continue to have all of these wonderful opportunities to grow my life.
These opportunities take root because of the excellence in our classrooms.
Today we found out it's official. We got an A. Yeah! Woo!
only 13% of school districts in the state have earned an A with the state of Texas. Achievements of this magnitude come about because of the excellence of our teachers. They are fundamental to student success, particularly when our instructional team digs deep to support the teachers with constant data analysis that is incessant in finding that just right way to reach a child. Together, they work relentlessly, driven to ensure that students are continually making gains in learning. It's an attention to detail that is well above the norm. The A designation has attracted the attention of educators around the state, with other districts visiting our classrooms to study our methods for success. And judging from McAllen ISD's large array of wins in the last year alone, there is a treasure trove for others to analyze in this district of champions.
Three, two, one.
McAllen ISD is a family with a rich heritage rooted in a tradition of high standards.
Wow. It makes you feel good about our future, doesn't it? Higher education, including postgraduate education, is vitally important to the future of our city and our region. The UT-RGV Medical School is just one example of what we can do as a region when we put our minds to it and work together. The medical school, with its South Campus and soon-to-open research center located in McAllen, is off to a great start. From kindergarten to become a doctor without ever having to leave home is now possible. Who would have thought that a mere 6 years ago? In the area of both higher education and postgraduate education, McAllen and the Valley now boast degrees in any discipline you can think of. Graduate degrees in medicine, theology, engineering, research, just to name a few. A great new partner in the area is Texas A&M. God bless you. I keep hearing that noise every time I mention A&M. I don't know. God bless you. I thought it was somebody sneezing. With this brand new campus right here in McAllen, A&M, God bless you, is already the home to more than 200 Aggies. And as a Baylor grad, I thought I'd never get to say this, or would say it. It's a beautiful sight. Let's jump over there if we can.
You know, this past year, the City Commission and I have been working to develop McAllen into a unique, world-class city, the magic of McAllen. Here's my favorite city commissioner from District 1, Javier Villalobos, to talk about the Texas A&M story in North McAllen.
Diego, Mayor, welcome to Texas A&M University, a flagship university located right here at Tres Lagos.
Tres Lagos is a master plan development right here in North McAllen. Whether you live here in this modern and growing community or just come to visit, you will find everything you need to fit your residential lifestyle. And talk about educational opportunities. Aside from many A&M, McAllen boasts other educational institutions, including South Texas College, various technical and vocational schools, and of course, UT-RGV just up the road. And to top it off, you can just take Metro McAllen to take you there. And let's not forget, we have our award-winning McAllen ISD and other charter and private schools throughout the city. McAllen is great to provide our citizens the education and training they need for a bright future and to provide the educated and skilled workforce that our businesses need. McAllen is the perfect place to live, work, and play. While new and exciting residential and commercial developments are happening throughout our city, our more established neighborhoods are nestled perfectly next to all the amenities a family needs. Commercial development continues to boom as McAllen solidifies itself as one of the leading business communities in the Rio Grande Valley.
Thank you, Commissioner Villalobos. McAllen and our neighbors have always been committed to higher education, from providing startup help to South Texas College. I was their first lawyer, and I could say that most of the time it was fun working for Dr. Shirley Reed. She's a hard worker, and she expects other staff, and it really shows in the growth of South Texas College over the years. You know, we need to support the UTRG Medical School and Texas A&M and UTRGV and all those for a first-class education. I would like to give some time and ask you to give your attention to some great educators, Dr. Shirley Reed, Dr. Guy Bailey, Dr. John Kraus, and Chancellor John Sharp.
South Texas College is an exceptional higher education institution. We help spark the magic of the city of McAllen. How? Let me show you. Abracadabra! South Texas College is a catalyst for the economic development, regional prosperity, and quality of life in the city of McAllen.
Thank you, Mayor Darling and members of the McAllen City Commission. The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley is clearly benefiting from the magic of McAllen, and thanks to our partnership, UTRGV had a magical year in 2018. This past fall, we enrolled a record-breaking 28,644 students, including more than 3,000 from McAllen. We are ranked as the 4th best college in Texas by bestcolleges.com, behind only UT Austin, Rice, and Texas A&M. And we're ranked 1st in Texas for awarding the most degrees to Hispanics, for the performance of our first-generation students, and for the social mobility of our students. This is a great time to be at UTRGV, and our success would not be possible without the support of the City of McAllen. Now for some updates on great things happening at our School of Medicine and at UT Health RGV, here's Dr. John Kraus.
The magic of McAllen is also alive and well with our School of Medicine and UT Health RGV, our new brand for the medical school and the Division of Health Affairs, and the name of our new patient care plan. We are thankful to the City of McAllen for its continued support of the School of Medicine and its research, educational, and clinical endeavors. Our partnerships with area hospitals allow us to offer high caliber training to our medical residents and students. I am excited also to see our partnership with the City of McAllen grow in the coming year. We are about to open our UT Health RGV Biomedical Research site in McAllen, which will be the hub for the school's biomedical research and the home of our new Institute for Cancer Immunology. This institute will work to advance knowledge into cancer immunology, an area of rapid growth in treatment opportunities for patients with cancer. Together, the City of McAllen and UTRGV will advance healthcare access and quality of care in the region and beyond.
Early today, I said, this is such an attractive facility. He may find that there are students who are currently attending A&M College Station who decide to relocate here and attend this facility because it is really remarkable what you've done.
This is the dedication of the new McAllen Center for Texas A&M University. We were planning on about 50 students, about 250 or so showed up. This is not a regional campus, this is a branch campus of Texas A&M itself, and so the students here get the same ring I get. They have the same courses that Texas A&M has. It's part of Texas A&M University. It is the flagship moving to the Rio Grande Valley.
Essentially, we have brought Texas A&M University to the Rio Grande Valley. We're offering 5 degrees down here, 2 in the area of engineering, 2 in the area of health, and 1 in the area of agriculture.
It's a really big deal, not just for A&M, but it's a really big deal for the Rio Grande Valley as well, and it expands our footprint, but also expands our #1 mission, which is service to the people of Texas.
I think it's one of the greatest things because even though you're not truly at A&M, you're still an Aggie, so it's like a home away from home.
It fits into what our mission is, and our mission is to take ordinary kids and turn them into extraordinary human beings. And that's what we're going to do here, just like we do in College Station.
Wow. Thank you to those great educators, and I have good news, I'm almost finished. So anybody that needs a note to go back to work, we'll do that, I'll sign them out in the lobby in a little bit. From everything you've seen and heard, I think you will agree with me that McAllen is truly a magical place to live, work, and play. But the truth is, it's not really magic. It's a combination of great vision that has been handed down to us from past leaders. It's combined with hard work and a great attitude and having fun doing it. Never forget, McAllen is one of the happiest cities in the country. But what we call magic, the magic of McAllen is people. It's you. It's your family, your friends, your business colleagues, and its citizen volunteers. It's all of us working together to make our city, the city of McAllen, an amazing, exciting, yes, a magical place to be. So if you please join with me as we celebrate the magic of McAllen, we have one more video that I think you enjoy.
In July 2018, when 7 armed men stormed a jewelry store at La Plaza Mall, 5 off-duty police officers, including 4 from McAllen, ran towards a potential danger. McAllen Canine Officer Luciano Cabrera was one of them.
At that time, I was thinking, as a husband, let me get my family out of here, let me get them safe. Once that happened, I knew I had to jump into what I'm trained to do.
Having recently participated in active shooter training, the McAllen off-duty officers quickly took control of the situation, apprehending the 7 suspects. These officers and the entire McAllen police force exemplify a commitment to their community.
Especially our officers. Our officers, they put their lives on the line, and they do a really good job. And fortunately, this is a very safe city. At the end of the day, officers want exactly what citizens want. They want to go home at the end of the day safely to their families, and thankfully that day we did.
Heroes come in all sizes in McAllen, like my friend, 4th grader Ashton Pena. At 10 years old, Ashton already exhibits a dedication to his community, and he is destined to do great things. Ashton is a 1,000,000-word reader at Roosevelt Elementary.
That was a goal that I had set in the first 6 weeks, done in the third 6 weeks.
He volunteers for the city of McAllen. He was one of over 300 residents taking part in the Great American Cleanup.
And get involved because, well, want to try new things.
And he plays chess competitively as part of the award-winning Roosevelt Elementary chess team. Undeterred by his team chess victories, I challenged Ashton to a match.
I plan on beating him. Last time we played, he beat me in 4 moves. I'm gonna move my knight to, let's see, F6, right?
Okay.
That's a strategic move right there. You're in big trouble, buddy.
Bishop takes rook at A8. You just got 1 move, and that's it.
King to G7.
That's the only one.
Checkmate.
No, it's not. It's not even check.
I'm trying to throw him off a little bit. What's your favorite subject in school?
D8 or D7. Math.
Math.
Queen B7 checkmate.
Did you win?
Yep.
Okay, way to go, here you saw it.
After the defeat or victory, Ashton shares what he believes is the magic of McAllen, inclusion.
Well, being involved with the city is one thing. Not only that, but also having the special needs involved.
The magic of McAllen means considering all of our residents in its planning and development, and supporting programs that encourage active involvement in our community for all of our citizens. Programs like Camp University.
My little sister Emily is autistic, and she is truly the reason why camp got started. We wanted something more for her. We wanted something more for her friends that were in the same situation.
Seeing a need in our area, Emily's family rallied support from friends, family, and the city of McAllen to create Camp University. CAMP stands for Can Achieve Maximum Potential.
It's one of the only organizations like this south of San Antonio. Part of the reason that it got started was we didn't see anything else in the area that suited our needs for Emily. There are daycares, but we wanted something more than that. We wanted her to continue learning and be able to set goals and work toward those goals.
Amanda originally studied theater, but her career path took a detour with the creation of Camp University, a welcome detour.
She means everything. You know, she's kind of my reason for living. Without her, I wouldn't have this career that I love. You know, it's just, she's kind of created my whole life.
When asked what makes McAllen magic for her, Amanda's response is simple.
Just the people. We have wonderful people here. I love them.
It is no secret trick. The magic of McAllen is the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the McAllen from Magic from McAllen. Thank you very much. Have a great day.